Nithyananda, everybody. It's now time for us to begin the Nithyananda Yoga. Please sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. This side. This side. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your Ananda Gandha. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Let us now begin with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyadhilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvati Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Sit straight. Keep your eyes closed. During the Brahma Muhurta, let us visualize how we want our entire day to be, how we want to manifest our ultimate. Decide to be in your ultimate form, in your ultimate self. Living as Paramashiva. From the same space, let us enter into the Shiva Mula Mantra, chanting it 11 times. Please chant the Shiva Mula Mantra internally. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 From the same space, let us now enter into the Tattvachamanam, the ritualistic cleansing process. Now please take the Panchapatram and the Uddarni in your hands. Now please take an Uddarni of water in your right palm and sip the water from the base of your right palm along with the mantra. Om Atmatattvam Shodayami Svada. Om Vidyatattvam Shodayami Svada. Om Shivatattvam Shodayami Svada. Please wash your hands with an Uddarni of water. Now with the base of your right thumb, wipe your lips twice from the left to the right, along with the mantra. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Please wash your hands again. Now, with the tips of your right hand, index, middle, and ring finger, touch your upper lip and your lower lip. Wash your hands again. Now, with the tips of your right hand, index finger, and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. And now, with the tips of your right hand, ring finger, and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear, and left ear. Wash your hands with an udderni of water. Now, with the tips of your right hand, little finger, and thumb joined together, touch your navel center. And with the tips of all your touch your right chest, left chest, and with the tips of all your five fingers, touch above your head, your right shoulder, left shoulder, and your heart center. Please wash your hands again. We are now going to be entering into the Sankalpa, which is creating the conscious resolution. Whenever we create a conscious resolution, the very power of the Sankalpa will manifest the reality that we want in our life. Let us decide to manifest our ultimate self as Paramashiva. Close your eyes. Place your right hand on top of your left and place it on your right thigh. Om Mamopata Samasta Duritakshaya Dvara Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Shubhe Shobhane Muhurte Adhya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Pararte Shri Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatamannvantare Ashtavimshaditame Nitya Yuge Prathame Pade Jambudvipe Bharatavarše Bharatakande Meroho Dakshine Parshve Shakapte Asmin Vartamane Vyavaharike प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये विश्वावसु नाम संवत्सरे दक्षिणायने लक्ष्मी वेंकटेश्वर ऋतौ कन्यामासे कृष्णपक्षे अष्टम्यां शुभतिथौ सोमवासरयुक्तायां पुनर्वसु नक्षत्र शिवयोग बलवकरण एवं गुण विशेषण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ श्री कैलासोन्नत द्वादशांत श्यामलापीठारूढ़ श्री मीनाक्षी सुंदरेश्वरा भिन्न स्वरूप परशिवपुत्र रत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपान लब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागम सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवर्त्रे
महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्हध्वजोच्छे पूर्वक श्रीमद्ऋषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान शिवस्वामी वागीशरुंड माणिक्यवाचक स्वामी अवधूत श्री ज्ञानसंबंध स्वामी पुनर्धृत नित्यं सह नित्यं साक्षात् श्री कैलास वैवस्वत हरिश्चंद्र चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी पंडित चतुष्षष्टि मनुधर्म शासन सूर्य प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरंगी सम्राट मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री शिव समुद्भूत श्री विजय आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध फल पुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थं समस्त दुरितोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्त मंगल अवाप्त्यर्थं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परम शिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञान वैराग्य जीवन मुक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थं पूर्ण आरोग्य युक्त दृढ़गात्र योग शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थं परम शिव शक्ति आविष्करणार्थं नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये. Please wash your hands with an udami of water. Om apaupasprisya
Let us now put our Panchapatram and Uddharni aside. Please place your Panchapatram and Uddharni aside. We are now going to be beginning with the warm-up. I request every one of you to please come to a standing position. All of you please stand up. Now, let us start with rotating our neck. Please begin by rotating your neck. rotate your neck. Rotate it in the opposite direction. Now, let's move forward to rotating our hands. Start rotating your hands. Rotate it in the clockwise, and then you're going to rotate it in the anti-clockwise direction. Now relax. Hold on to your shoulders with your hands and start rotating your shoulders. Rotate it in the opposite direction. Now relax, leave your hands loose. You're going to twist yourself from the left to right, swinging yourself from the left to right. Swing yourself from the left to right. Leave your body loose, swing yourself from the left to right. Now, you're going to bend forward and down. Move forward and down, pushing yourself towards the ground, swing yourself towards the ground. Come on, all of you, bend down, go down. Now, slowly raise up. Slowly raise up. Now, from here, let us start moving forward to rotating our wrist. Stretch your hands out in front of you and start rotating your wrists. Please start rotating your wrist. Start rotating your wrists. Rotate in the opposite direction. Now pull your wrist towards you in both the directions. Switch your hands and repeat the same. Now with one of your hand, hold on to the other elbow and pull. Repeat it on the other direction. As you're doing this, you're going to try and slightly pull your hand up towards your face. So from the bottom, you're going to slide your hand up towards your face. And relax. Now let us interlock our hands and raise it all the way up towards the sky. Raise your hands all the way up. Pull your shoulder up. Stretch from your shoulder. Now from here, we're going to bend towards the side. Bend towards the side. And then come to the center and then swing again to the side. Go at your own pace where you feel comfortable and bend. Bend. Try to go down as much as you can as you bend. Try to go down as much as you can as you bend. And relax. You're now going to be interlocking your hands behind your back, and you're going to push yourself all the way towards the ground. Come on, go down, push, push. Push yourself towards the ground. The goal here, as you can see, is to push your hands as far as possible towards the ground. So once you go down, you're going to swing yourself all the way down. So you use the momentum and push yourself towards the ground. And relax. Slowly raise up. Now, let us start rotating our hips. Please start rotating your hips. Rotate your hips in the clockwise direction. And then let's go in the opposite direction. And relax. Move forward to rotating your knees. Hold on to your knees and start rotating your knees. Please start rotating your knees, every one of you. Rotate it in the opposite direction. Please rotate your knees in the opposite direction. And relax. Kick your feet out. Kick your knees out. Now from here, let us start rotating our ankles. Start off by rotating your ankles. Rotate in the opposite direction. Switch your feet. Rotate it in the opposite direction. And relax. We are going to be entering into jumping, after which we'll be entering into the skeleton dance. So for the next 1 minute, our focus is to jump. So what we are going to be doing by jumping is we are going to increase our heart rate by jumping. So we're going to get ourselves to a higher heartbeat, which is going to warm up our entire body, get a lot of blood flow into our muscles, and wake us up. Okay, ready? So you're going to jump continuously. Your goal is to jump continuously, and you're going to jump as high as possible, as much as possible continuously. Ready? 3, 2, 1, begin. Start jumping. Start jumping. Try to keep your breath in control as you jump. Come on, we are 30 seconds in. Come on, go higher. Another 10 seconds. And relax. Relax. Just walk forward and backward. Just walk forward and backward. Relax. We are going to be entering into the skeleton dance next. Catch your breath. Walk forward and backward. You're going to visualize yourself as a skeleton. When you enter, let us now begin the skeleton dance. Visualize yourself as a skeleton and start moving. Please start shaking each and every part of your body. Please begin. Come on, shake, 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 shake. Last few seconds. Last few seconds, last few seconds. And stop. Just stop wherever you are. Inhale and exhale deeply. Inhale and exhale deeply. Bring your awareness to your breath. Feel your entire breath flowing all the way from your knees, your blood coursing through your muscles, through your veins. Inhale and exhale deeply. Feel your fingertips pulsating with energy, the blood flowing through your veins and muscles. Slowly open your eyes and please settle down. Please come to a seated position. Keep your eyes closed. Sit straight. Inhale and exhale deeply. Inhale as deep as possible and exhale as deeply as possible. Today, we are going to be doing the asanas which are predominantly based on Padmasana. So I request every one of you to first enter into Padmasana position. Please sit in Padmasana. Bring your feet into Padmasana position. So one leg on top of the other. Now, place your hands on top of your knees. Bring your gaze towards your third eye. Bring your gaze towards your third eye. All of you, please sit straight. Make sure that your back is completely straight, as you can see. Keep your back completely straight throughout the whole time. Sit straight. Make sure that your head, neck and spine are in a straight line. From here, you're going to be visualizing a swastika in your inner space. You're going to be visualizing a swastika in your inner space. Bring your gaze towards your third eye. We are now going to be performing Jiva Chala Kumbhaka, which is once you inhale through your nose, you're going to move the prana. You're going to visualize the prana that you inhaled flowing through all the parts of your body, and then slowly exhale. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space, embodying peace, well-being and good fortune. And the internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जानुर्घोरन्तरे सम्यक् कृत्वा पादतले उभे ऋजुकाय समासीन स्वस्तिकं तत्प्रचक्षते.
The next asana we are now going to be performing is Gorakshasana. Now in Gorakshasana, as you continue to be seated in the same Padmasana position, you're going to open your fingers and then you're going to place them on top of your heels. So open your fingers and place them on top of your heels. Please place them on top of your heels. Sit straight. We are now going to be performing the Jiva Chalakumbhaka, which is inhaling, holding the breath within you, visualizing it flowing through your entire body, and then slowly exhale through your nose. Along with the Jiva Chalakumbhaka, we are going to be performing the Jalandhara Bandha. Now, visualize yourself as Sage Gorakhnatha, who is the founder of the Natha Yoga Sampradaya. And the internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जानूर्वोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानौ व्यक्तसंस्थितौ गुल्फौ छाच्छाद्य हस्ताभ्याम् उत्तानाभ्यां प्रयत्नतः.
The next asana we are now going to be entering into is Bhagasana 2. Now, as you continue to be seated in the Padmasana, with all your fingers, you're going to be closing all your senses, which means you're going to be bringing your little finger under your lower lip, and then bring your ring finger above your upper lip, your middle finger on top of your nostrils, your index on top of your eyes, and then your thumb on your ears. Now, you're going to be releasing the middle finger. Inhale the breath through your nose, and then lock the breath by pressing your nostrils with your middle finger. Hold the breath within you as long as you can, shutting down all the senses. When you can't hold it anymore, release the middle finger, exhale, and then repeat. Continue to perform Bhagasana. Continue to perform Bhagasana. Now, visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform Bhagasana 2. And the internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
वामपार्श्वगुदं स्थाप्य दक्षाङ्घ्रिवामजघने.
Let us now enter into the next asana. The next asana we are now going to be performing is Yogasana 2. Now, place your feet on top of your opposite knees. You're going to pull your feet a little towards your knees. So as you are seated in Padmasana, you're going to bring it towards your knees. So bring your feet as close as possible towards your knees. See, normally in Padmasana, we have it on our thigh. This time, you're going to slightly move your feet towards the knees. So place your feet on top of your knees. Now, place your palms on the ground, the back of your palms on the ground, and your fingers facing up. Fingers facing up. Sit straight. We are now going to be performing the Kakachanchukumbhaka, which is placing your mouth like a crow's beak, and then inhale, and then exhale through your mouth. Continue to perform Yogasana 2. Now, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
उत्तानोचरणो कृत्वा संस्थाप्योपरि जानुनोः आसनोपरि संस्थाप्य चोत्तानं करयुग्मकम्
Now, let's enter into the next asana. The next asana we are now going to be performing is Urdhva Kukutasana. Now, as you continue to be seated in Padmasana position, you're going to be placing your hands by the sides of your body. So, you're going to place your hands right beside your thighs. Keep your hands by the side of your thighs and hold. You're not lifting your body is still on the ground. Just place your hands on the ground and hold. Now continue to perform the Kakachanchukumbhaka. Continue to perform the Kakachanchukumbhaka. Visualize yourself as a rooster in your inner space. And the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्तानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
The next asana we are now going to be performing is Siddharatali asana. Now, from the same position, you're going to be pushing your hands, you're going to insert your hands in the gap between your feet. So as you can see, so you have like 2 feet, right? So you're going to have a space where you can insert between each. So you have 1 foot which is there, and then you insert your hand under that, and then you have the other foot. So when you insert, that is coming under the second gap. Okay. So you're going to be placing your hands in the gap between your feet. Okay. Insert your hands and sit straight and sit. All of you insert your hands and sit straight and sit. Now, continue to perform the Kakachanchukumbhaka. Continue to perform the Kakachanchukumbhaka. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे हस्तदो वो गोड़ासन धिधरे उभे हथेली भूधरि राखे पोछा गोड़ासन दिमे दाखे.
Relax. The next asana we are now going to be performing is Hamsasana. So Hamsasana is where you're going to lift your body up in this position. Okay. So first, you want to make sure that once you insert, right? So you want to get it as much as possible. So get your feet up as much as possible. So either you can do it like the way I'm showing it to you right now. So you put your feet up and then you insert the other hand and then push it in. So this way you can see that you are getting your hands as deep as possible. The other way you could always do it is having your feet in Padmasana. Once it is here, you're going to push your hands inward. So that way you are at least stretching your hands out all the way from your elbows. Once you have your hands as long as possible, your feet as close as possible to you, then you're going to place your hands on the ground and then lift yourself. So this is Hamsasana. Now, for you to enter into different variation of doing this, once you are here, if you're not able to lift, so first start off by getting yourself onto your knees. So you're going to get yourself onto your knees, after which once you're able to balance, then slowly you can lift your knees off. But the goal here is you need to try and place your knees as close as possible above your elbows or at least at your elbows. Only then you'll be able to lift and balance. Okay, let's do this together. All of you drop down. All of you drop down. Let's do this together. Now insert your hands. Place your hands in the gap. Bring your knees as close as possible towards your elbows. Bring your knees as close as possible towards your elbows. Now from here, shift your weight onto your hands and lift your butt off the ground. Lift yourself into the air. Visualize yourself as a swan in your inner space. And the internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
कुक्कुटासनवस्थित्वा स्कन्धपर्यन्तम् ऊरुनि नीत्वा तिष्ठेत् हंसासनं भवति.
The next asana we are now going to be performing is Karmukhasana. Now in Karmukhasana, you're going to be inserting your hands in the gap between your feet. So you're going to try and insert it once again, same way. And this time, you're going to be pushing your hands behind. Okay? So you're going to be pushing your hands behind your butt. So push your hands behind, as you can see. So from the Padmasana position, you're going to be pushing your hands in the gap. So you're going to raise yourself first on top of your knees. Okay? Once you're in Padmasana, come on top of your knees and then insert your hands in the gap between your feet. So this time you're going to place your hands in the single gap, which is the gap between the perineum and your feet. So wherever that gap is there, yeah, you're going to place it just in one gap, not both. And then once you put both your hands there, interlock your hands and then bend down. Bend down, bring your head onto the ground. Try to go down as much as you can and hold. Your hands, you want to interlock your hands and keep it as you bend down. And hold the position. You're going to visualize yourself as the bow of Paramashiva in your inner space. And the internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे घोड़ा संधि माही करी धरे तरफ दूसरी कर दो आने कोन्या ऊपर संधि ले ठाने.
Relax. Now we are going to be entering into Kurmasana 2. Let's enter into Kurmasana 2. Now for you to enter into Kurmasana 2, now from the seated position, you're going to once again bring your feet into Padmasana. Okay, so you can, as you're putting your hand, so this one you're going to insert your hand in the gap between each knee. So you can do it this way. So place one hand under and then get your feet and then try to push your other hand and then get it in. Now once you have it here, you're going to try and hold on to your ears. You're going to try and hold on to your ears. Try to hold the balance. Now continue to perform the Kurmasana. Try to balance yourself, hold the position. Try and hold. Visualize yourself as a tortoise in your inner space and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
बाई जंग पर दक्षिण पावा दाई जंग पर बाई ल्यावा पहल्या अंशरखाले हाथा.
And relax. Good. We are now going to be performing Granthi Bedasana. So in Granthi Bedasana, it's going to be similar to what we did. The difference is going to be, we are going to hold on to our neck. So once again, you want to try and get your feet. See, all of you try to put the Padmasana itself like this, okay? So that is one leg at a time, you take and then you do. So don't try to insert your hands after you sit in Padmasana. This is much easier this way. So insert your right hand in between your right knee and your calf, and then insert your left hand in between your left knee and your calf, bringing them into the Padmasana position. And then once you are here, then try to get your hands as close as possible towards your neck. If you see here, already my hands are in. So my elbows are locked right under my feet, under my knees. So you want to get it as close as possible. So that way you are able to bring your hands. So try to get your hands around your chin as close as possible towards your neck. All of you, please perform the Granthi Bedasana. Continue to perform the Kakachanchu Pranayama, Kakachanchu Kumbhaka. Now, you're going to visualize Paramashiva in your inner space. Now, have the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
अथ वक्षे नीलकण्ठ ग्रन्थिभेदासनं शुभं ज्ञात्वा रुद्रो भवे क्षिप्रं सूक्ष्मवायुनिषेवनात्.
Relax. The next asana is going to be Uttana Kurmasana. So now we are going to be performing the same asana but as we lay down. So you're going to lay down on your back. Okay, all of you lay down on your back from Padmasana, having your feet in Padmasana. Now once again you're going to insert your hands in the gap between your feet. So insert your hands in the gap between your feet and then try and get your hands as close as possible towards your face. You're going to bend down and try and get yourself as close as possible towards your face. Try to hold on to your head with your hands. Now visualize yourself as a tortoise. And the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
कुक्कुटासनबन्धस्थं कराभ्यां धृतकन्धरं पीठं कूर्मवदुत्तानम् एतदुत्तानकूर्मकम्.
Relax. Slowly raise up. Slowly raise up. We are next going to be performing Pangu Kukutasana. So once again, get your feet into the Padmasana position. Come on, all of you, try and get back to Padmasana. Get your feet into the Padmasana position. Now, you're going to be taking your right hand and then you're going to be inserting your right hand in the gap between your feet. Okay? So insert your right hand in the gap between your feet. Once again, after that, push your left hand in the gap between your feet and hold on to your wrist. Now, once you hold on to your wrist, you're comfortable, then you're going to slowly shift the weight of your body onto your wrist and you're going to lift your body off the ground. So once you're here and then lift into Pangu Kukutasana. So the goal here, I'll show you how it looks. So the goal here for everyone is once you place your hand, with your other hand you're holding on. So it's not like you're not holding anywhere up, you're holding it down. So your hand is actually resting on top of the other. And then once it is here, then you are lifting and holding. Okay, so I'm just going to show it again. So once you insert your hand, okay, now hold on to your wrist with both your hands supporting each other. So your right hand is on the ground, left is on top of it. And then if you see here, my knees are already at my elbow level. So they are not down. So I've raised my knee as high as possible towards my elbow. So there is a lock by default that is there. So once I insert my hands, hold on to my wrist and then lift. So that is Pangu Kukutasana. Hold and lift. And then balance. So let's all enter into Pangu Kukutasana. All of you try to insert your hands and hold. The count of 3, we are all going to lift ourselves. We are going to visualize ourselves as a rooster and have the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
कुक्कुटासनं स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य मणिबन्धं धृत्वा
and relax. Okay, shake your hands out, shake your wrist out. We are next going to be entering into Pangu Kukutasana on the other side. So if you did with your right hand, this time you're going to do it with your left. Okay, let's try with our left hand. Once again, so you take your left hand, you're going to insert it in the gap between your feet. Okay, pull your knee as close as possible towards your shoulder, lift it up with your right hand. Now insert your hand, hold on to the wrist with your right hand. Now once you are here comfortable, then slowly shift the weight and lift your body. You're going to once again visualize yourself as a rooster as you do this, and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
कुक्कुटासनं स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य मणिबन्धं धृत्वा
And relax. Shake your hands out. Shake your hands out. Rotate your wrist. Please rotate your wrist. Try to keep your back straight. See, even when you are in a relaxed position, keep your back straight. Pull your wrist towards you. And relax. Now place our feet into Padmasana. All of you get into Padmasana once again. Now once you are into Padmasana, you are now going to be interlocking your hands and then placing your elbows on top of your feet and bring your chin on top of your locked fingers. Sit in Padmasana. Bring your elbows on top of your feet Interlock your hands and place it under your chin. All of you please perform. This asana is called as Gridrasana. Please perform the Gridrasana. Now we are continuing to perform the Kakachanchukumbhaka, which is inhaling through our mouth, placing it in the shape of a crow's beak. And then exhale through your nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जानुर्भोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानौ व्यक्तसंस्थितौ गुल्फौ छाच्छाद्य हस्ताभ्याम् उत्तानाभ्यां प्रयत्नतः.
And relax. The next asana we are now going to be performing is going to be Padmasana 3. Now as you be seated in the Padmasana position, now place your hands one on top of the other and place it at your perineum. Place your right hand on top of your left and place it at your perineum on top of your heels. Sit straight. Ensure that your back is straight throughout the whole time. Open your shoulders out. Don't arch your back. Keep your shoulders out. Continue to perform the Kakachanchukumbhaka. Inhaling through your mouth, placing it in the shape of a crow's beak. This time, along with the Kakachanchukumbhaka, we are going to be performing the Mahamudra Bandha, which means once you inhale through your mouth, you're going to bring your chin to the chest into the Jalandhara Bandha, hold as long as you can, and then exhale forcefully through your nose. Pull your stomach in and up. Hold as long as you can. When you can't hold it anymore, you're going to repeat by inhaling through your mouth. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Padmasana 3 and the internal japa. Om Nithyanandoham.
उत्तानौ चरणौ विधाय विधिवत् शक्तिस्थितौ योगिरात्.
Relax. The next asana we are now going to perform is Padmasana 4. So place your hands on top of your knees, palms facing down, and sit straight. Sit straight. Try to keep your back straight. Sit in Padmasana. Sit straight. Keep your shoulders open. Open your chest. And hold your palms facing downwards. Visualize Paramashiva in your inner space as you perform the Padmasana 4. Now continue to perform the Kakachanchukumbhaka. Visualize Paramashiva and the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
एतत् पद्मासनं कुर्यात् प्राणवायुप्रसिद्धये शुभासनं सदा ध्यायेत् पूरयित्वा पुनः पुनः.
And relax. The next asana we want to perform now is Karmukhasana. Now, as you are seated in the Padmasana position, you're going to hold on. So now your right feet is on top of your, left foot is on top of your right thigh. So with your index and middle finger, which is your Prana Mudra, hold on to your big toe, right big toe. With your left hand as you hold and press your knee to the ground, pull your left foot towards your body. You're going to try and pull it all the way as close as possible towards you. Pull, 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 pull and hold. Especially if you are having difficulty with doing Padmasana, start practicing this, it will help you. So hold on with your index and middle finger, and then you're going to pull. Once you are in this position, as you can see, you're going to press your knee. Okay, so you're going to put a full amount of pressure on your knee and then pull. So press and pull. You're going to visualize yourself as Paramashiva's bow in your inner space. Now, visualize yourself as Paramashiva's bow in your inner space and the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
अथान्यासनमावक्षे योगपूरकरक्षणात् कृत्वा पद्मासनं पाद अङ्गुष्ठजङ्घयोस्थितम्.
And relax. We are now going to be performing Karmukhasana 3. Now, in this position, you want to get your feet as close as possible towards your hip. Okay. So once you are in Padmasana position, right? So once in your Padmasana, see when you are normally in Padmasana, you are in this. So from here, you want to pull your feet as close as possible towards your hips. That means your knees are going to come as close as possible, and then your feet are going to come as much as possible towards your hips. Both sides of your hips. Try and pull your knees together, pushing your feet to the side. Now, you want to use your hands. Use your hands. Hold on to the toes and pull it outward. Okay, so that way you're stretching your toes. So hold on to your toes and then push it all the way back. Pull it as close as possible. All of you try to perform. Pull your feet as close as possible first. And then once you pull, then we are going to enter into the second phase. So in the second phase, you're going to get your hands from the back. So you're going to hold on to one hand at a time. You're going to hold one hand to one foot. Okay. And then once you're done, then you're going to try and hold on to the other foot as well. So you can see, you can hold one and then after that the other. So you press your shoulders a little more backward, then hands will go a little more in. So try and hold. Try and hold. Try and hold. Yes. Hold. If somebody is there with you who can support you, they can try and pull you a little so you're able to hold on to your feet. Try to hold at least 1 foot. Try at least 1 foot. Get your feet up. Get it up. Okay. Now, you're going to visualize yourself as Paramashiva's bow in your inner space. Continue to perform the Karmukhasana 3. And visualize yourself as Paramashiva's bow. And the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
कार्मुकासनमाश्रित्य उदरे पूरयेत् सुखं तदवायुर्वसो याति कालेन सूक्ष्मवायुना.
And slowly relax. The next asana is going to be Dridasana. Now it's going to be the same asana as before, which is Karmukasana 3. The only difference is going to be you're going to bring your gaze towards your third eye. Okay. So as you place your hands once again in the similar asana as earlier, you're going to hold on to your feet from behind. Okay. You're going to try and hold on to your feet from behind. If there is somebody who can help you, they can just give you the little push to hold. So first, as you can see, get your one hand as much as possible to the side. Okay. So for me, my left hand, I've brought it as much as possible and holding it on. Then I'm going to get my right, get it all the way around and hold. Get yourself into the position. Now bring your gaze towards your third eye. Bring your gaze towards your third eye. Now visualize your third eye manifesting Paramashiva's powers and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
ऊरुभ्यामुपरि स्थाप्य पादयुग्मं प्रयत्नतः दक्षिणं सव्यदेशे च सव्यं दक्षिणदेशके.
Relax. The next is going to be Nagrasana. Now, as you place your hands in the back behind you, you're going to lay down. Okay. So, holding on to your feet from behind, you're going to lay down on the ground. Don't worry if your hand leaves your feet. Just keep your hands crossed behind your back and then you're going to lay down. Please lay down on the ground as you perform Nagrasana. Lay down on the ground. Place your feet in Padmasana position and lay down. Try to keep your back arched. Hold the position as you perform Nagrasana. You're going to visualize yourself as a snake when you perform Nagrasana. Now, have the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
प्रथम पद्मासन को ठाने, दो हाथ पाछाने आने, पाद अंगूठा पकड़े आनी, सोवई कहुन्या कुल्या पानी.
Relax. Slowly. Raise up. Now, we are going to be performing Kandukasana. So, in Kandukasana, you can stretch your feet out. Stretch your feet out. You're going to be laying down on your back. Lay down on your back. And then bring your knees as close as possible towards your chest. Hold on to your knees. Interlock your hands. Hold on around your knees. Bring your knees as close as possible towards your chest. Raise your neck. Raise your neck and get your neck as close as possible towards your knees. Curling yourself up into a ball. And hold. Raise your neck off the ground. And then just start rolling from the side to side. Slightly start swinging from the left to the right. As you perform Kandukasana, visualize yourself as a ball in your inner space. And the internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
वेत्रासने स्थित्वा हस्तपादान् निष्कुष्य ऊर्ध्वं नयेत् पृष्ठवंशेन भूमिं पोथेत् कन्दुकासनं भवति.
Relax. Let's now enter into the Urdhva Pavanasana. Now, as you lay down on your back, you're going to drop your feet onto the ground. Put your feet onto the ground, your knees up. And then your knees up, your feet onto the ground. You're now going to place your hands holding onto your opposite elbows and place it right behind your head. So place your head on top of your hands. Place your head on top of your hands. Bring your knees together. Your knees are together. Your feet are flat on the ground. Hold the position, lay down. Knees together, feet flat on the ground. All of you hold the position. Keep your feet together. Now, continue to perform the Sahaja Pranayama. You're going to inhale and exhale in a relaxed manner. As you breathe in and breathe out, visualize the Prana Shakti flowing in and out. The air that we breathe is only a vehicle for the Prana Shakti to flow in and out. So have a deep breath. Breathe in and breathe out deeply, relaxing your entire body. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
प्रथमे सूदो सैन करावे गोड़ा उभा राशि मिलावे गुल्फ माहिला अंगुष्ठ दोई करे एक समेल रसोई.
Slowly relax. The next asana is going to be Marakata Pitasana as you continue to lay down. Now you're going to be bringing your hands under your feet. So you're going to bring your hand under your feet. As you can see, you're going to place your palms facing up and you're placing your heels on top of your palm. You have a slight gap between your knees and your feet. And your feet is on top of your palms. Now from here, you're going to be raising your hips off the ground. You're going to pull your hip off the ground, pushing it all the way up towards the sky. Lift your hips off the ground. Your feet is on the ground. Your hips are raised off. Hold the position. We are now performing the Murcha Kumbhaka. In Murcha Kumbhaka, as your chin, in this position, if you see, your chin is automatically in a locked position. So the breath that flows in will slow down. So breathing in and breathing out in this very position itself is called as Murcha Kumbhaka. Lift your hips. We are going to do the hip bridges a couple of times. Drop your hips onto the ground. When I say to lift again, you're going to try and lift. This time you're going to push yourself all the way up. Okay? Lift. Push your hips all the way up towards the sky. Push your hips all the way up towards the sky. And drop again. Let's do this a couple of times. Again, lift. Hold the position. And drop. Ready? Once again, lift. Now visualize yourself as a great ape in your inner space and the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
उत्तानशयनं पादतले उत्तानहस्तयोः स्थापयेत् पृष्ठभागमुत्रमयेत् मरकटपीठं भवति
Relax. Slowly drop onto the ground. The next asana we are going to perform is Utthana Shikipitaka asana. Now, as you are in this position, you are going to now be placing your hands under your hips. So, place your hands under your hips. And then from here, once you place your hands under your hips, you're going to try and stretch your feet out. Okay? And then lift your hips off the ground. As you place your hands under your hips, you're then going to try and straighten out your knees as much as possible. So place your hands under your hips first and then try to stretch your knees forward. Try to stretch out your knees straight and hold the position. Try to stretch it out a little more as you maintain your balance. Hold the position. Continue to breathe. The breathing is called Murcha Pranayama, Murcha Kumbhaka. Straighten out your knees a little more. Hold the position. Hold the position. Straighten out your knees. Yeah, straighten it out. Try to straighten it out as much as possible. Hold the position. You're going to visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Utthana Shikipitaka asana and the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जङ्घोरुबलहीनश्चेत् उत्तानशिखिपीठकम् अप्रमत्तः प्रकुर्वीत भक्तेः प्राग्विजितेन्द्रियः
And relax. The next asana is going to be Narakasana. Now, as you lay down on the ground, you are now going to be once again placing your hands behind your hip, and this time you're going to raise your feet all the way up towards the sky. You're going to place your hands right under your hips, your elbows on the ground for support, and your feet stretched up. Okay? Come on, all of you, try to lift. Try to lift. Keep your back straight. Try and hold. Try and hold. Push your hips a little more, stretching out your feet. Toes pointing up. All of you ensure your toes are pointing upward towards the sky. All your toes pointing up towards the sky. Lift and hold the position. Lift and hold the position. Now, continue to breathe. This is called as the Murcha Kumbhaka. In this position, you're going to visualize yourself blissfully traveling through hell. So you're going through hell, but you're unaffected by it. And have the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
ग्रीवाकण्ठेन भूमिं विष्टम्भ पादाग्रद्वयम् ऊर्ध्वमुत्रवयेत् नरकासनं भवति
And relax. The next asana we are now going to be performing is Tiriyan Naukasana. Now, in Tiriyan Naukasana, as you are in the previous position, similar to the previous position, the only difference is going to be your feet is going to be at a slight angle. So instead of lifting it all the way up, you're going to get it in an obtuse angle and hold. So your elbows are still onto the ground, your hands are still supporting your hip, and your feet is stretched forward. So it's not up straight, it is stretched forward. And hold the position. Once again, toes pointing outward. Hold the position. You are not bending your feet behind your head, you're bending your feet forward. Forward, the other side. Hold on to your hips. Yeah. And try to push your feet towards the ground. Yes, there we go. Try to hold the position. You're going to visualize yourself as a boat in your inner space as you perform Tiriyan Naukasana. And the internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
नौकावत् स्थित्वात् ऊर्ध्वं पादाग्रद्वयं नयेत् तिर्यन्नौकासनं भवति
and relax. The next asana is going to be Dvajasana. Now it's going to be similar to Narakasana. So what you're going to do is, this time, instead of placing your hands behind your hip, you're going to place it onto the ground. And then you're going to raise your feet straight up. It's going to be parallel to the ground, sorry, perpendicular to the ground. Keep your knees straight up, your feet up. Your hands are stretched out onto the ground, your palms onto the ground. Raise up. Come on, lift your hip, lift your hip. Go up, go up, go up. Up a little more. Toes pointing up. Yeah. Toes pointing up. Hold the position. Push yourself a little more up. Hold. Balance. Visualize yourself as the flag of Kailasa in your inner space, and the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
तिर्यन्नौकावत् ग्रीवापृष्ठकूर्परैः भूमिं वष्टभ्य मस्तकलाक्षेन पादाग्रद्वयम् ऊर्ध्वनजेत् ध्वजासनं भवति.
And slowly relax, lay down on your back, stretch your feet out. We are entering into Mritasana. With this, we are completing the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, the DVK. So stretch your feet out, place your hands to the sides. Place your hands to the sides. Your palms are facing upwards. Your feet are stretched out. You're having gap. Don't touch each other. Have enough space. Just relax. Inhale and exhale. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your Ananda Gandha. Inhale and exhale deeply.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Shivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Slowly bring your awareness back to your body. Move your hands, move your feet. Come back to your body. Bring your knees towards your chest and roll from the left to right. Now come into a seated position. Sit in a comfortable position, sit straight. Let us now perform the Maha Mantra. We're going to be humming intensely from the base of our stomach. Sit straight, close your eyes. Let us hum intensely. Slowly relax. Now bring your hands into the position. So we perform the Nadi Shodhana. You're going to be closing your right nostril with your right thumb. Inhale through the left nostril as slowly as possible, as deeply as possible. Hold the breath with both your nostrils. Lock both your nostrils and hold the breath. When you can't hold it anymore, then open your right thumb and then exhale through your right nostril. And repeat the cycle from your right to the left, inhaling through the right. Hold the breath. Hold it as long as you can. And then exhale through your left. Continue to perform the Nadi Shodhana. Inhale as deeply as possible. Hold the breath as long as possible. And then exhale as slowly as possible and as deeply as possible. Continue to perform the Nadi Shodhana. When you perform the Nadi Shodhana, it raises the very frequency of your breath. So continuously perform the Nadi Shodhana. Inhale through your right. Hold the breath. Exhale through your left. And then once again inhale through your left. Hold the breath. And then exhale through your right. Continuously perform the Nadi Shodhana. Perform the Nadi Shodhana. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath as long as you can. And then exhale deeply. Now, bring your hands to the Samana Kumbhaka in the Samana Mudra. Interlace your hands. Sit unclutched. Just sit. Sit straight. Keep your back straight. Keep your chest opened up. Just sit unclutched. Visualizing your entire day. Manifesting your ultimate. However we are doing the morning yoga, how authentically we are doing, that is the same authenticity we are going to have throughout the entire day. So when you do the morning yoga intensely, authentically, you will see that your whole day is also intense and authentic. Sit straight. Keep your hands in the Samana Kumbhaka, in the Samana Mudra. Just relax. Still. Inhale and exhale. Slowly, bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and let us chant the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, everybody. Let's gather back for puja in the next 10 minutes. Thank you all. Nithyanandam.
In the heart of St. Kitts and Nevis, where the ocean meets the sky, a historic gathering is unfolding. The United Ancient Nations, a global forum where the world's first and ancient nations unite to share wisdom, confront challenges, and co-create solutions rooted in ancestral knowledge. The United Ancient Indigenous Enlightened Nations represents over 160 indigenous member nations and communities, advocating for more than 300 million people across all continents. Here, ancient wisdom meets modern action, fostering international cooperation, cultural preservation, and sustainable development through indigenous leadership. Beyond dialogue, the UAN experience nurtures the mind, body, and spirit. Sunrise meditation, yoga by the ocean, and cultural celebrations reconnect us to ourselves, each other, and the wisdom of the earth. In St. Kitts and Nevis, ancient traditions and vibrant cultures come alive. This is a space for learning, sharing, and taking action. Together, we address climate challenges, preserve cultures, and shape a sustainable future. The United Ancient Nations is where ancestral knowledge guides the world toward harmony, justice, and collective growth. Join the United Ancient Nations in St. Kitts and Nevis, where ancient wisdom meets a sustainable future. Together, we rise. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kailasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people. In the heart of St. Kitts and Nevis, where the ocean meets the sky, a historic gathering is unfolding. The United Ancient Nations, a global forum where the world's first and ancient nations unite to share wisdom, confront challenges, and co-create solutions rooted in ancestral knowledge. The United Ancient Indigenous Enlightened Nations represents over 160 indigenous member nations and communities, advocating for more than 300 million people across all continents. Here, ancient wisdom meets modern action, fostering international cooperation, cultural preservation, and sustainable development through indigenous leadership. Beyond dialogue, the UAN experience nurtures the mind, body, and spirit. Sunrise meditation, yoga by the ocean, and cultural celebrations reconnect us to ourselves, each other, and the wisdom of the earth. In St. Kitts and Nevis, ancient traditions and vibrant cultures come alive. This is a space for learning, sharing, and taking action. Together, we address climate challenges, preserve cultures, and shape a sustainable future. The United Ancient Nations is where ancestral knowledge guides the world toward harmony, justice, and collective growth. Join the United Ancient Nations in St. Kitts and Nevis, where ancient wisdom meets a sustainable future. Together, we rise. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kailasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people. In the heart of St. Kitts and Nevis, where the ocean meets the sky, a historic gathering is unfolding. The United Ancient Nations, a global forum where the world's first and ancient nations unite to share wisdom, confront challenges, and co-create solutions rooted in ancestral knowledge. The United Ancient Indigenous Enlightened Nations represents over 160 indigenous member nations and communities, advocating for more than 300 million people across all continents. Here, ancient wisdom meets modern action, fostering international cooperation, cultural preservation, and sustainable development through indigenous leadership. Beyond dialogue, the UAN experience nurtures the mind, body, and spirit. Sunrise meditation, yoga by the ocean, and cultural celebrations reconnect us to ourselves, each other, and the wisdom of the earth. In St. Kitts and Nevis, ancient traditions and vibrant cultures come alive. This is a space for learning, sharing, and taking action. Together, we address climate challenges, preserve cultures, and shape a sustainable future. The United Ancient Nations is where ancestral knowledge guides the world toward harmony, justice, and collective growth. Join the United Ancient Nations in St. Kitts and Nevis, where ancient wisdom meets a sustainable future. Together, we rise. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat as a non- and taking action. Together, we a sustainable future. The United Ancient Nations is where ancestral knowledge guides the world toward harmony, justice, and collective growth. Join the United Ancient Nations in St. Kitts and Nevis, where ancient wisdom meets a sustainable future. Together, we rise. In the heart of St. Kitts and Nevis, where the ocean meets the sky, a historic gathering is unfolding. The United Ancient Nations, a global forum where the world's first and ancient nations unite to share wisdom, confront challenges, and co-create solutions rooted in ancestral knowledge. The United Ancient Indigenous Enlightened Nations represents over 160 indigenous member nations and communities, advocating for more than 300 million people across all continents. Here, ancient wisdom meets modern action, fostering international cooperation, cultural preservation, and sustainable development through indigenous leadership, mind, sharing, and taking action. Together, we address climate challenges, preserve cultures, and shape a sustainable future. The United Ancient Nations is where ancestral knowledge guides the world toward harmony, justice, and collective growth. Join the United Ancient Nations in St. Kitts and Nevis, where ancient wisdom meets a sustainable future. Together, we rise. And 300 million people across all continents. Here, ancient wisdom meets modern action, fostering international cooperation, cultural preservation, and sustainable development through indigenous leadership. Beyond dialogue, the UAN experience nurtures the mind, body, and spirit. Sunrise meditation, yoga by the ocean, cultural celebrations reconnect us to ourselves, each other, and the wisdom of the earth. In St. Kitts and Nevis, ancient traditions and vibrant cultures come alive. This is a space for learning, sharing, and taking action. Together, we address climate challenges, preserve cultures, and shape a sustainable future. The United Ancient Nations is where ancestral knowledge guides the
Nithyananda, we will now be entering into the Pada Puja. Let's all settle down. Please sit in a space of deep gratitude and restful awareness in your Ananda Gandha. Inhale and exhale deeply and slowly. Visualize Swamiji's presence in your Ananda Gandha. The puja is the time where you connect with the Master. It is your personal exclusive time with Swamiji. Come to a space of deep gratitude to the Guru. Let us now begin the declaration for the Pada Puja and Paramashiva Puja. We request all the Pada Puja participants and everybody else who is participating in this puja to declare the following with integrity and authenticity. If you agree to this, please say yes loudly. I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth that cosmic energy exists. Yes. I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth that Swamiji, Bhagavan Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva, Devi Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti, the Guru Padukas, and the Atmalinga are the Chinmaya Vigrahas, the embodiment and representation of that very cosmic energy. Yes, I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth that whatever I offer during the Pada Puja and Paramashiva Puja will reach the cosmic source of energy directly. Yes, I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth of Soham Asmi, that even when I worship, I am Him. Yes. Let us now begin with the Sadguru Vandanam, in which we offer our gratitude to our Guru, our beloved Swamiji. The meaning of the mantra we will now chant is, I surrender unto that Guru who is in the space of eternal bliss, the bestower of supreme happiness, who is the embodiment of wisdom, who is beyond duality, who is omnipresent, to whom the supreme goal is giving the enlightenment experience, who is eternal, pure, and unshakable, who is the silent spectator of all thought processes, who is beyond emotions, and the one who is without the three qualities called Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Now please take some flowers into your hands, close your eyes, and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Nithyanandam Paramasukhatam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrisham Tattvamasyaadilakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. The next offering is the Guru Parampara Vandanam, where we offer our gratitude to the eternal lineage of all the Gurus, the enlightened masters. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, I surrender to the lineage of all my Gurus, which has Bhagavan Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva as the beginning, Devi Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti as the middle, and my Guru, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam as the source onwards. Now please take some flowers in your hands, close your eyes, and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Samarambham Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Madhyamam Nithyananda Pariyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. The next is the Arunagiri Yogeshwara Vandanam, where we offer our respects and gratitude to Bhagavan Arunagiri Yogeshwara, who is the incarnation of Paramashiva. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, the one who has the Tripundra, the three-line sacred ash on his forehead, the mark of sacred musk paste applied on his forehead, who is a wearer of glittering garland, who wears a loin cloth on his radiantly glowing waist, who wears the Dutura flower, the king cobra, and a crescent moon on his forehead. That Arunagiri Yogeshwara's presence happens. Now please take some flowers in your hands, close your eyes, and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Lalate Tripundri Nitilakrita Kasturi Tilakaha Spuranmala Dhara Spurita Kadikopi Navasanaha Dadhano Dustaram Shirasi Panirajam Shashikalam Pradipas Sarvesham Arunagiri Yogi Vijayate. The next is the Tattvachamanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the mouth. Now keeping your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra, pour an udrani of water into your right palm and sip the water from the base of your palm each time the word Swada is chanted. Om Atmadattvam Shodhayami Swada, Om Vidyadattvam Shodhayami Swada, Om Shivadattvam Shodhayami Swada. With the base of your right hand thumb, wipe your lips twice from the right to the left. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hands with an udrani of water. With the tips of your right hand index, middle and ring fingers, touch above your upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hands. With the tips of your right hand index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril and the left nostril. With the tips of your right hand ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hands. With the tips of your little finger and thumb joined together, touch your navel center, right chest and left chest. With all 5 fingers joined together, touch the top of your head, the right shoulder, left shoulder and the heart center. Wash your hands with an udrani of water. The next is Shuklambaradram. We chant this mantra invoking the energy of Mahaganapati, the Lord of spontaneous completion and the remover of obstacles. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, I meditate upon Lord Ganesha, who is clad in white garments, who is all-pervading, who is as bright colored as the moon, who has a smiling, pleasant face, having 4 shoulders and hands, and who is the remover and pacifier of all obstacles. Now please take the akshata, the turmeric mixed rice, and a flower in your right hand. Keep both your hands as fists and tap the sides of your forehead along with the mantra. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaget Sarva Vignopashantage. The next is the pranayama, the regulation of the prana, the life energy. Now continue to keep the akshata in your right hand. Open your little finger, ring finger and thumb. Inhale through the left nostril by closing your right nostril with your thumb. Hold your breath by closing both the nostrils and exhale through the right nostril while we chant the Samhita mantras. Om Hum Ishanmurdaya Namo, Om Him Vrishabhatraya Namaha, Om Hum Bhagavatyaya Namaha, Om Him Vamadevaya Namo, Om Satyojathamurtaya Namaha, Om Hamridaya Namaha, Om Him Shilse Namaha, Om Hum Shikaya Namaha, Om Him Gavachaya Namaha, Om Hum Netrebhyo Namaha, Om Hastraya Namaha, Om Hum Ishanmurdaya Namo, Om Him Vrishabhatraya Namaha, Om Hum Bhagavatyaya Namaha, Om Him Vamadevaya Namo, Om Satyojathamurtaya Namaha, Om Hamridaya Namaha, Om Him Shilse Namaha, Om Hum Shikaya Namaha, Om Him Gavachaya Namaha, Om Hum Netrebhyo Namaha, Om Hastraya Namaha, Om Hum Ishanamurdaya Namo, Om Him Tatprashvatraya Namaha, Om Hum Bhagavatyaya Namaha, Om Him Vamadevaya Namo, Om Satyojathamurtaya Namaha, Om Hamridaya Namaha, Om Him Shirase Namaha, Om Hum Shikaya Namaha, Om Him Kavachaya Namaha, Om Hum Netrebhyo Namaha, Om Hastraya Namaha. The next is the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution. When you make the Sankalpa in the presence of the Master's presence will simply manifest the Sankalpa as reality. Now keeping the Akshata in your left palm, close it with your right palm and keep both the hands on the right thigh. We will now be chanting the Sankalpa mantra. Om Mamopata Samasta Duridakshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Shubhe Shobhane Muhurte Adya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Parardhe Shri Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatamanvantare Ashtavimshatitame Nityayuge Prathame Pade Jambudvipe Bharatavarshe Bharatakhande Meroho Dakshine Parshve Shakabde Asmin Vartamane Vyavaharike Prabhavadinam Shashtyaha Samvatsaranam Madhye Vishwavasunam Samvatsare Dakshinayane Lakshmi Venkateshwara Ritau Kanyamase Krishnapakshe Ashtamyam Shubhaditau Somavasarayuktayaam Punarvasu Nakshatra Shiva Yoga Balavakarana Evam Gunavisheshana Vishishtayam Asyam Shubhaditau Shri Kailasa Dvadashanta Shyamala Pitharudha Shri Meenakshi Sundareshwara Bhinnaswarupa Parashavaputra Ratnakumara Gurumanyatulyavatar Shri Parvati Sthanyapana Labda Divya Jnana Vishruta Sakala Nikama Sarabhuta Dravida Veda Pravaktre Srimad Paramashiva Karuna Samadikata Mukta Maitadrishayana Giyamana Chatrajamara Shri Chinnaka Haladi Samasta Birida Valyalankrita Jnana Vijnana Chakravarti Sarvajana Sangha Sadhyo Nirvana Diksha Vyapavarga Varsha Vishrana Jimota Paramata Kalapa Kesari Shaiva Siddhanta Sthapanacharya Shri Rajadiraja Pandya Maharaja Guru Kshapana Shakyadi Mahandakara Nivarana Jnana Bhanu Bhikshana Narharha Dhvajochedana Purvaka Srimad Vrishabhadhvajastapaka Shaiva Samaya Kartre Sarvajna Pitharudha Shri Jagat Guru Shri Jnana Sambandha Deshika Swami Vagisha Sundara Manikya Vachaka Swami Nam Avatar Bhuta Shri Jnana Sambandha Swami Punudhrita Shyamala Pita Sarvajna Pita Trinavatyuttara Dvishatatama Guru Mahasannidhana Arunagiri Yogishwara Paramparagata Arunachala Sarvajna Pita Guru Mahasannidhana Kailasa Paramparagata Kanchi Kailasa Sarvajna Pita Trayastrimshaduttara Dvishatatama Guru Mahasannidhana Nityotsava Nityamangala Nityakalyan Nityarajita Kailasa Paramparagata Adi Kailasa Nityananda Pita Mahasamsthana Mahasimhasana Pita Kartre Sakshat Shri Paramashiva Samudbhuta Kailasa Paramparagata Vaivasvatamanu Ikshvaku Harishchandra Bhagirata Shri Ramachandra Shurasena Ityadyanavachinna Sarvabhauma Chakravati Paramparagata Chaturshashti Yogini Mandita Chaturshashti Sampradaya Pravartaka Manudharma Shasana Surya Vamsha Prapta Sarvajna Pita Surangi Samrajyam Hurdabhishikta Chudamani Sakshat Shri Paramashiva Samudbhuta Kapila Maha Guru Punurdhrita Mahanirvani Pita Ashtotra Sahasra Shri Mahamandaleshwara Sakshat Shri Paramashiva Samudbhuta Shri Mahaganapati Samarambha Aravachinna Pitadishwara गुरुपरंपरा प्राप्त अटलपीठ अष्टोत्तरसहस्र श्री अटलपीठाधीश्वर धर्ममुक्ति स्वरकुपुर स्वर्णपीठ त्रयोविंश गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्री भगवत श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थम तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्ति सिद्ध्यर्थम गुरुकृपा कटाक्ष सिद्ध्यर्थम क्षेमस्थैर्य वीर्य विजय आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थम धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध फलपुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थम समस्त दुरितोपशान्त्यर्थम समस्त मंगलावाप्त्यर्थम भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञानवैराग्य जीवन मुक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव अवतार भूत श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूप भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रत्यक्ष पाद पूजां करिष्ये श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव पूजां च करिष्ये ओम अपौपस्पृश्य please wash your hands with an udrini of water. The next is the Ghantanada. We ring the bell to invoke all the auspicious energies and remove any of the negative energies. Now please take the bell in your left hand and hold it above your heart center and ring the bell along with the mantra. Om Agamarthantu Devanam Gamanarthantu Rakshasam घंटानादं करोम्यादो देवता ह्वानलाञ्छनं घंटा देवताभ्यो नमः. The next is the Manasa Puja, the internal worship. We will now be chanting the meaning of the mantra. Please close your eyes and visualize the meaning of the mantra in your inner space. What seed can I offer to the Master except my heart? I offer the gratitude flowing as nectar to wash his feet and to rinse his mouth. I offer my mind itself as the argya of the bouquet. To my Master, who is the very cosmos, what clothing can I offer except the space? I offer my very prana, the life energy, as the incense, and I offer the ocean of nectar as the food offering. The principle of unstruck perennial sound is to be offered as the bell, the air as the chamara, the sahasrara as the umbrella, the principle of sound as the music, the action of the senses, and also the vagaries of the mind as the dance. All the 7 chakras, along with the Shushumna Nadi, is to be offered as a flower garland. The different kinds of flowers with which the Guru should be worshipped are the guilelessness, freedom from the ego, freedom from suffering when your desires are not fulfilled, freedom from arrogance, freedom from ignorance, freedom from deceit, freedom from hatred, freedom from agitation, freedom from jealousy and greed. And the Guru should also be worshipped with the flowers of non-violence, mastery over the senses, compassion, forgiveness, and enlightenment. Now please take a flower in your hands and place your hands in the Kurma Mudra. Close your eyes and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Om Hrit Padmamasanam Dadyat Sahasrarachyutamritaihi Padyam Charanayor Dadyat Manastu Argyam Nivedayet Tena Amritena Achamaniyam Snaniyam Tena Chasmritam Akashadattvam Vastram Syad Gandhasyad Gandhadatvakam Chittam Prakalpaget Pushpam Dhupam Pranan Prakalpaget Tejastattvam Jadipartham Naivedyam Syad Sudham Buddhihi Anahatadhvanir Ghanta Vayudatvam Chachamaram Sahasraram Bhavet Chatram Shabdadatvam Jagitakam Nityamindriya Karmani Chanchalyam Manasastatha Sumekhalam Padmamalam Pushpam Nana Vidham Tatha Amayadyir Bhava Pushpaihi Archayed Bhava Gocharam Amayam Manahankaram Aragam Amadam Tatha Amohakam Madam Bhamcha Advesha Akshobhakau Tatha Amatsaryam Alobham Cha दशपुष्पं विदुर्बुधाः अहिंसा परमं पुष्पं पुष्पमिन्द्रियनिग्रहः दयापुष्पं क्षमापुष्पं ज्ञानपुष्पं च पञ्चमम् इति पञ्चदशैर्भावपुष्पैः सम्पूजयेत् भगवन्तं श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवम्. The next offering is the Upachara Puja, the external worship. The first is the offering of asanam, the offering of seat to the master. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, O the one who resides inside all the beings, the one who is the very soul of all beings, I offer this seat to you. I surrender, I surrender. Now please take some flowers in your hands and offer the flowers at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. आसनम् ॐ सर्वभूतान्तरस्थाय सर्वभूतान्तरात्मने अल्पयाम्युपवेशार्थम् आसनं ते नमो नमः. ॐ ह्रीं इदं सुवर्णासनं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय नमः. The next offering is Swagatam, the offering of welcoming the Master. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, O the Lord of all gods, O the one whose darshan is awaited by the gods for the fulfillment of their desires, welcome, welcome. Today my birth, life and all deeds are fructified. The fruits of all my tapas is materialized just by welcoming you. Now please take a few flowers in your hands and offer the flowers at Swamiji's padukas at the end of the mantra. स्वागतम् ॐ शान्तत्वात् सर्वकर्तृत्वात् भावोपरतिकारणात् शिव उक्तो महातन्त्र मन्त्रविद्भिः सदा शिवः तस्मै शिवाय गुरवे वीतरागकलाय वै अमेयत्वादनन्तोऽयम् अजत्वा च प्रकीर्तितः यस्य दर्शनमिच्छन्ति देवा स्वाभीष्टसिद्धये तस्मै ते परमेशान स्वागतं स्वागतं प्रभो अद्य मे सफलं जन्म जीवनं सफला क्रियाः स्वागतं यत्त्वया तन्मे तपसां फलमागतम्. ॐ ह्रीं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूप भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिव स्वागतं सुस्वागतं ते. The next offering is Padyam, the offering of water to wash the feet of the Master. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, I offer Padyam, that is water for washing the feet of the Supreme God, the very devotion on whom brings about the ultimate bliss. Now please take an udrini of water in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Padyam Om यद्भक्तिलेश संपर्कात् परमानंद संप्लवः तस्मै ते परमेशान पाद्यं शुद्धाय कल्पये. ॐ ह्रीं एतत्पाद्यं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः. The next offering is Arghya, the offering of the traditional bouquet. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, O Maheshwara, please accept this Arghya, offering of the traditional bouquet with water to welcome the guest, made of durva grass, a flower, a bilva leaf and a rice pellet, and kept in a beautiful conch. Now please take the conch in your hands and offer the Arghya at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Arghyaha Om दूर्वाक्षतसमायुक्तं बिल्वपत्रं तथा परं शोभनं शङ्खपात्रस्थं गृहाणार्घ्यं महेश्वर. ॐ ह्रीं एषो अर्घ्यः सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय स्वाहा. The next offering is Achamaniyam, the offering of water for mouthwash. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, please accept this auspicious and sin-removing Ganga water offered by me as Achamaniyam, that is the water for mouthwash offered by me with devotion to you. Now please take an udrini of water in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Achamaniyam Om Mandakinyāstu yadvāri sarvapāpaharam shubham गृहाणाचमनीयं त्वं मया भक्त्या निवेदितम् ॐ ह्रीं इदम् आचमनीयोदकं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय स्वधा. The next offering is Madhuparka, the offering of the nectarine drink. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, for the destruction of all negativities, I offer this Madhuparka, this drink which is full of nectar. Be pleased towards me, O Lord. Now please take the Madhuparka in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. मधुपर्कः ॐ सर्वकल्मषनाशाय परिपूर्णसुधात्मकं मधुपर्कमिमं देव कल्पयामि प्रसीद मे ॐ ह्रीं एष मधुपर्कः सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय स्वधा. The next offering is Gandhatelam, the offering of the scented oil. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, I offer with love and affection this scented oil to you, O the healer of all the worlds. You are the purest among all the worlds. Now please take the Gandhatelam, the scented oil in your hands, and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Gandhatailam Om Sneham Grahana Snehena Lokanam Hitakaraka Sarvalokeshu Shuddhastvam Dadami Snehamuttamam Om Hrim Idam Gandhatailam Sarvadevadevi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivaya Nivedayami. The next offering is Snaniyam, the offering of water for the sacred bath. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, please accept this cool, pure and clear water which is capable of seizing my mind for your sacred bath, offered by me with devotion to you. Now please take an udhrani of water in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Snaniyam Om Idam Shushitalam Vari Shvacham Shuddham Manoharam Snanartam Te Maya Bhaktya Kalpitam Pratigrihyatam Om Hrim Idam Snaniyodakam Sarvadevadevi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivaya Nivedayami. The next offering is Vastram, the offering of the sacred cloth. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, I offer Vastram, this cloth offering, to the Master who removes the veil of Maya or illusion. The Master who is the true light of enlightenment, who does not have a veil of Maya and has the very space as the dress. Now please take the offering of clothes in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Vastram Om Maya Chitrapata Channa Nijaguhyoru Tejase Niravarana Vijnaya Vasaste Kalpayamyaham Om Hrim Idam Vastrottariyam Sarvadevadevi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivaya Nivedayami. The next offering is Abharanam, the offering of the sacred jewelry. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, I offer this golden ornament to you, Master, who by the very nature has a very gracefully beautiful body and who is the repository of all powers. May you be pleased. Now please take the jewelry in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Abharanam Om Subhavasundaraangaya Nana Shaktyashrayayate Suvarnam Bhushanam Dubhyam Kalpayami Prasidame Om Hrim Idam Suvarnabharanam Sarvadevadevi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivaya Nivedayami. The next offering is Gandha, the offering of the sandalwood paste. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, I neither know what your body is, nor do I know what your actions are. Please accept and smear the sandalwood paste offered by me. Now please take the sandalwood paste in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. गन्धः ॐ शरीरं तेन जानामि चेष्टां नैव च मया निवेदितान् गन्धान् प्रतिगृह्य विलिप्यताम् ॐ ह्रीं एष गन्धः सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय नमः. The next offering is Pushpam, the offering of the fragrant flowers. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, please accept these blissfully fragrant different kinds of flowers which are taken from the forest of Turiya, that is the space of ultimate restful awareness. Now please take some flowers smeared with sandalwood paste in your hands and offer the flowers at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Pushpam ॐ तुरीयवनसम्पन्नं नानागुणमनोहरम् आनन्दसौरभं पुष्पं गृह्यतामिदमुत्तमम् ॐ ह्रीं एतानि सचन्दनपुष्पाणि सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय वौषटे. The next offering is Bilvavatram, the offering of Bilva leaves. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, I offer you, O God of all gods, this holy Bilva leaf in which dwells the goddess of richness and which is so much loved by Lord Shiva. Now please take the Bilva leaf, smeared with sandalwood paste in your hands, and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Bilvapatram Om Amritodbhavam Shri Vriksham Shankarasya Sada Priyam Bilvapatram Prayachami Pavitram Te Sureshwara Om Hrim Etani Sachandana Bilvapatrani Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nityananda Paramashivaya Vaushate. The next offering is Tulsi Patram, the offering of the Tulsi leaves. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, let this offering of Tulsi leaf be unto the Supreme Soul, who has unlimited forms and who is the bestower of all boons. Now please take the Tulsi leaf, smeared with sandalwood paste in your hands, and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Tulasi Patram Om Namaste Bahurupaya Varadamurtaye Paramatmane Swaha Om Hrim Idam Sachandana Tulasi Patram Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nityananda Paramashivaya Namaha. The next offering is Dhupa, the offering of the lit incense. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, this incense smoke is made of sacred herbs of intoxicating fragrance. Please accept this incense smoke fit to be inhaled by all the devas. Now please take the lit incense sticks in your hands and slowly wave it towards Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Dhupaha Om Manaspatiraso Divyo Gandhadhyassu Manoharaha Agreya Sarvadevanam Dhupoyam Pratigrihyatam Om Hrim Esha Dhupaha Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nityananda Paramashivaya Namaha. The next offering is Deepa, the offering of the lit lamp. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, please accept this light of inner and outer worlds, which is very bright, and remove darkness from everywhere. Now please take the lit lamp in your hands and slowly wave it towards Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Deepaha Om Suprakasho Mahadipaha Sarvatastimiراpaha Sabhahyabhyantara Jyotir Deepoyam Pratigrihyatam Om Hrim Esha Deepaha Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nityananda Paramashivaya Namaha. The next offering is Naivedyam, the offering of food. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, these different kinds of food offerings are prepared from sweetener and other ingredients. O Lord, please accept this food offering prepared by me with devotion. Now please take an udharani of water in your hands and hover it clockwise over the Naivedyam and offer the water at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Naivedyam Om Naivedyam Vividam Deva Sharkaradivinirmitam Maya Niveditam Bhaktya Grahana Parameshwara Om Hrim Idam Sopakarna Naivedyam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Varama Shivaya Nivedayami. The next offering is Paniyam, the offering of water for drinking. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, O God, the Lord of all demigods, the one who bestows deep fulfillment upon us, please accept this water full of infinite bliss. Now please take an udharani of water in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Paniyam Om Samastadeva Sarvatriptikaram Param Akhandananda Sampurnam Grahana Jalamuttamam Om Hrim Idam Panarthodakam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha. The next offering is Punarachamaniyam, the offering of water for washing the hands and the mouth. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, I offer this water for washing the hands and the mouth to you, whose mere remembrance purifies everybody. Now please take an udharani of water in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Punarachamaniyam Om Uchishtamapyasuchirva yasya smaranamatrataha Shuddhimapnoti tasmai te punarachamaniyakam Om Hrim Idam Punarachamaniyodakam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Yaswaha. The next offering is Aratrikam, the offering of Arati to the Master. Now please take the lit camphor in your hands and slowly wave it towards Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Aratrikam Om Hrim Esha Deepamala Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha. Om Sangrahanyeshtya yajate imam janatagum sangrinaniti dvadasharatni rashana bhavati dvadashamasa samvatsaraha samvatsarameva varundhe maunji bhavati urgvai munjaha urjameva varundhe chitra nakshatram bhavati chitram va etat karma karpuragauram Karunavataram Samsarasaram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayaravinде Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Aratrikam Samarpayami Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Charanakamaleebhyo Namaha. The next offering is Pushpanjali, the offering of the fragrant flowers. The meaning of the mantra we are now going to chant is, Guru is the Brahma, who is the source of creation of the universe, Vishnu, who is the source of sustenance of the universe, and Maheshwara, who is the source of rejuvenation of the universe. Guru is all the three put together in a single form. I surrender to that Guru. I surrender to the Guru, who is omnipresent and has given me a glimpse of his experience. I surrender to the Guru, who removes the blinding darkness caused by ignorance. I surrender to the Guru, who by giving the knowledge about the self has burnt my karmic baggage of so many births. I surrender to the Guru, who is the Lord of the cosmos, who is the Guru of the cosmos. My soul is the same soul which is in all the beings. I surrender to Dakshinamurti, the primordial Guru, who manifests himself differently in the form of Ishvara, Guru, and Atman or the Self. I surrender unto that Guru who is in the space of eternal bliss. the bestower of supreme happiness, who is the embodiment of wisdom, who is beyond duality, who is omnipresent, to whom the supreme goal is giving the enlightenment experience, who is eternal, pure, and unshakable, who is the silent spectator of all thought processes, who is beyond emotions, and the one who is without the three qualities called sattva, rajas, and tamas. Now please take a few flowers in your hands, close your eyes, and offer the flowers at Swamiji's padukas at the end of the mantra. Pushpanjalihi Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gururdevo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्तकर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मन्नाथ श्रीजगन्नाथो मद्गुरु श्री जगद्गुरुः ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि पुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि भगवत् श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव चरणकमलेभ्यो नमः ॐ नित्यानन्दम्. The next is the offering of the Paramashiva Puja. The first is Tattvachamanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the mouth. Now keeping your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra, pour an udhrani of water into your right palm and sip the water from the base of your right palm each time the word Swada is chanted. Om Atmadattvam Shodhayami Swadha, Om Vidyadattvam Shodhayami Swadha, Om Shivadattvam Shodhayami Swadha. With the base of your right hand thumb, wipe your lips twice from the right to the left. Om Ham Mridayaya Namaha. Wash your hands with an udhrani of water. With the tips of your right hand, index, middle and ring fingers, touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hands. With the tips of your right hand, index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril and the left nostril. With the tips of your ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hands. With the tips of your little finger and thumb joined together, touch your navel center, right chest and left chest. With all 5 fingers joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder and the heart center. Wash your hands with an udhrani of water. The next is Sakala Karanam. Please close your eyes. During the Sakala Karanam, we embody Bhagavan Paramashiva himself, invoking Bhagavan Paramashiva in every part of our body. Visualize yourself as Bhagavan Paramashiva with 25 heads, 50 hands and 75 eyes. Now using your left hand, wipe the front and back side of your right hand once, and using your right hand, wipe the front and back of your left hand twice. Om Hastraya Namaha. Now bring your hands in the Namaskara Mudra in front of your third eye and visualize that they are being drenched with the nectar oozing out of your third eye. Om Ham Shaktage Baushate. Now keeping your hands together with your palms facing towards you, touch your thumbs to the center of your palms. Om Ham Shivasanaya Namaha. Om Ham Shivamurtage Namaha. With the tip of your thumbs, touch the tip of your little finger and move your thumbs down towards the base of your little finger. Om Ham Satyojatamurtage Namaha. Now with the tip of your thumbs, touch the tip of your ring finger and move your thumbs down towards the base of your ring finger. Om Him Vamadeva Guhyaya Namaha. Now your middle finger. Om Hum Agora Hridayaya Namaha, your index finger. Om Hem Tat Purushoktraya Namaha, your thumbs. Om Hom Ishanamurdhaya Namaha. Now bring your palms in front of you, facing towards you, with your thumbs touching the center of your palms. Om Ham Hom Vidyadehaya Namaha. Now bend your index, middle, and ring fingers to the center of your palms. Om Hom Netrebhyo Namaha. Now touch your thumbs to the center of your palms. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. Now with the tip of your thumbs, touch the tip of your little finger and move your thumbs down towards the base of your little finger. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Now your ring finger. Om Him Shirase Namaha. Now your middle finger. Om Hum Shikhaye Namaha. Now your index finger. Om Haim Kavachaya Namaha. Now your thumbs. Om Hastraya Namaha. Now bring your hands into the Mushti Mudra and roll them around each other once. Om Haim Kavachaya Hum. Now bring your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of your third eye. Om Ham Shivaya Voshate. Now touch your thumbs to the center of your palms. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. Now with your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your Ananda Gandha. Om Ham Shivasanaya Namaha. Om Ham Shivamurtaye Namaha. With your thumbs and little fingers joined together, touch your respective knees. Om Ham Satyojatamurtaye Namaha. With your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your navel center. Om Him Vamadeva Guhyaya Namaha. With your right hand thumb and middle finger joined together, touch your heart center. Om Hum Agora Hridayaya Namaha. With your right hand thumb and index finger joined together, touch above your upper lip. Om Him Tat Purushavakraya Namaha. With your right hand thumb, touch the top of your forehead. Om Hom Ishanamurdhaya Namaha. With your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your Ananda Gandha. Om Ham Hom Vidyadehaya Namaha. With your right hand index, middle and ring fingers, touch your left eye, right eye and third eye. Om Hom Netrebhyo Namaha. With your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your Ananda Gandha. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. With your right hand thumb and little finger joined together, touch your heart center. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. With your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch the top of your head. Om Him Shirase Swaha. With your right hand thumb and middle finger joined together, touch the back of your head. Om Hum Shikhaye Voshate. Now cross your left hand over your right hand in front of your chest. Keep your index fingers in form of a hook and uncross your arms, moving them around your head, bringing them till your chest. Om Haim Kavachaya Hum. Now strike your right thumb onto your left palm and your left thumb onto your right palm. Om Hastraya Pade. Now with your right hand index finger and middle finger, strike your left palm thrice. Om Hastraya Hum Pate. Now using your right hand index finger and thumb, snap in all the 10 directions around yourself, in all the 8 directions, down and up. Om Hastraya Pate. Now move your hands from the head to the toes, touching the sides of your body. Om Ham Shivaya Voshate. The next is Samanya Stapana. Now mix some akshata, flowers and sandalwood powder into the water in the Panchapatram. Cover them out of the Panchapatram with your palms and chant Om 7 times internally. Om, 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 Om. Now snap your index finger and thumb in all the 10 directions around the Panchapatram. Om Hastraya Pate. Now keeping your right hand in the Navakuntana Mudra, rotate your index finger around the Panchapatram once. Om Haim Kavachaya Hum. Now show the Dhenu Mudra to the water in the Panchapatram. Om Ham Shivaya Voshate. The next is the Avahanam. Close your eyes and invoke Bhagavan Paramashiva in your Atmalinga. Feel Bhagavan Paramashiva's presence. He is alive in your Atmalinga. Request him to receive all of your offerings and your gratitude. Convey all your prayers to him. Om Ham Shivasanaya Namaha. Now please take some flowers in your hands and place your hands in the Anjali Mudra. Close your eyes and meditate on the form of Bhagavan Paramashiva and Paramashiva Shakti. Lalate Tripundri Nitilakೃತ Kasturi Tilakaha Spuranmaladhara Spuridakati Kaupi Navasanaha Dadhano Dustaram Shirasi Panirajam Shashikalam Pradipas Sarvesham Arunagiri Yogi Vijayate Indhuni Bapancha Mukahastadashayuktam शूलमृकटङ्कमसि वज्रमभयं स्यात् पाशवरदाङ्कुशमनिज्वलनवामे श्वेतकमलासन सदाशिवस्वरूपम् ॐ हां शिवमूर्तये नमः ॐ हां हों शिवाय नमः श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्तिसमेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि. Now please show the respective mudras for the mantras and invoke the presence of Bhagavan Paramashiva. Place your thumbs onto your respective palms and place your palms open facing upwards. Om Ham Shivaya Namaha Ityavahana Mudram Pradarshya. Now turn your palms facing downwards. Sthapana. Bring your hands into fists parallel to each other with your thumbs outwards. Sannidhana. Now place your thumbs inside of your fists. Nishthura Mudram Pradarshya. Now interlace your fingers inwards and clasp your hands with your thumbs out. Astraya Humphat Iti Kalakanthi Mudram Pradarshya. Now hold your left thumb with your right hand and cover your right hand with your left hand. Om Ham Shivaya Namaha Iti Linga Mudram. Now bring your hands in Namaskara Mudra. Namaskara Mudram. Now rotate your right hand index finger around your Atmalinga. Om Haim Kavachaya Hum Iti Avagunthana Mudram Japradarshya. The next is Upachara Puja, the external worship. The first is the Asanam, the offering of seed to Bhagavan Paramashiva. Now please take some akshata in your hands and offer it in front of Bhagavan Paramashiva at the end of the mantra. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha. Asanam Samarpayami. The next is the offering of the Padyam, Achamanam and Argyam. Now please take an udrani of water and show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's feet and offer it in the Padya Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Namaha. Now please take another udrani of water and show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva. Om Ham Shivaya Namaha. Om Ham Shivaya Swadha. Now please take an udrani of water and show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's crown and offer it in the Argya Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Swaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Padyachamanargyam Dattva. The next offering is Snaniyam, the sacred bath for Bhagavan Paramashiva. Now please take some water in your hands and offer it onto Bhagavan Paramashiva at the end of the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Snanam Samarpayami. Now please take an udrani of water and show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it in the Achamana Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Swadha. Snananantram Achamaniyam Samarpayami. The next offering is Vastram, the offering of fresh clothes to Bhagavan Paramashiva. Now please take some akshata in your hands and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Vastre Yajñopavita Uttari Abharanartam Akshatan Samarpayami. The next offering is Gandha, the offering of sandalwood paste. Now please take the sandalwood paste in your right hand ring finger and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva. Offer some kumkum onto the sandalwood paste at the end of the mantra. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Gandhan Dharayami. Gandhasya Upari Haridra Kumkumam Samarpayami. The next offering is the Ashtapushpa Puja, the offering of flowers to Bhagavan Paramashiva and Paramashiva Shakti. Now please take some flowers and offer the flowers at Swamini's Paduka. Offer the flowers to Bhagavan Paramashiva each time the word Namaha is chanted. Om Bhavaya Devaya Namaha. Om Bhavasya Devasya Patnye Namaha. Om Sharvaya Devaya Namaha. Om Sharvasya Devasya Patnye Namaha. Om Ishanaya Devaya Namaha. Om Ishanasya Devasya Patnye Namaha. Om Shubhade Devaya Namaha. Om Ashubhade Devasya Patnye Namaha. Om Ugraya Devaya Namaha. Om Ugrasya Devasya Patnye Namaha. Om Rudraya Devaya Namaha. Om Rudrasya Devasya Patnye Namaha. Om Bhimaya Devaya Namaha. Om Bhimase Devasya Patne Namaha. Om Hater Devaya Namaha. Om Hato Devasya Patne Namaha. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashvi Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Ashtapushpa Pujam Samarpayami. The next offering is Bilvavatram, the offering of the Bilva leaf. Now please take the Bilva leaf, smeared with sandalwood paste in your hands, and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashvi Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Bilvavatram Samarpayami. The next offering is Dhupa, the offering of incense. Now please offer a flower on the bell. Om Hastraya Pate. Now please sprinkle some water on the incense stick stand. Om Hastraya Pate. Now please offer a flower on the incense stick stand. Om Hamridaya Namaha. Now please take the lit incense sticks in your hands and slowly wave it towards Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra. And please ring the bell as you do so. Om Dhurasi Dhurvadhurvantam Dhurvadayo Osman Dhurvatitam Dhurvayam Vayam Dhuramastum Devanam Sistinamam Papridamam Jushtadamam Manhitamam Devahutamam Hartamasir Havirdanam Trigammaswamahva Mitrisatva Chakshusha Prekshema Virma Samvikta Matvayagam Shisham. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashvi Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Dhupamagrapayami. Now please take another drink of water and show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it in the Achamana Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Swadha. The next offering is Deepa, the offering of the little lamp. Now please sprinkle some water on the Deepa. Om Hastraya Pate. Please offer a flower on the Deepa. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Now please take the lit lamp in your hands and slowly wave it towards Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Om Uddipya Svajada Vedo Bhagnam Nirritim Mama Pashu Vishamahyamavaha Jivaram Jadisho Disha Mano Higamsi Jata Vedo Gamashvam Purusham Jagate Avibhradagna Agahi Shriyama Paripataya. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashvi Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Deepam Darshayami. Now please take another drink of water and show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it in the Achamana Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Swadha. The next offering is Naivedyam, the offering of food for Bhagavan Paramashiva and Paramashiva Shakti. Now please sprinkle some water on the Naivedyam. Om Hastraya Pate. Please offer a flower on the Naivedyam. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Now please take another drink of water and hover it clockwise over the Naivedyam and offer the water in front of Bhagavan Paramashiva at the end of the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Om Madhuvatarita Yate Madhuksharanti Sindavaha Madhveen Sanposhadihi Madhunaktamutoshati Madhumatpatya Vagumrajaha Madhudyavrasana Pita Madhumano Vanaspatir Madhumagum Vastu Suryaha Madhvirgavo Bhavantunaha Madhu Madhu Madhu. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashvi Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Naivedyam Nivedayami. Now please take another drink of water and show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it in the Achamana Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Swadha. The next offering is Tambulam, the offering of betel leaves. Now please take some akshata in your hands and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Tambulam Samarpayami. The next offering is Aratrikam, the offering of Arati to Bhagavan Paramashiva. Now please sprinkle some water on the Karpura Arati plate. Om Hastraya Pate. Please offer a flower on the Karpura Arati plate. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. ॐ सोमो वा एतस्य राज्यमादत्ते यो राजा सम्राज्यो वा सोमेन यजते देवसुवामेतानि हवीगंसि भवन्ति एतावन्तो वै देवानागुं सवाः देवास्मै सवान् प्रयच्छन्ति नयनं पुनः सुवन्ते राज्याय देवसुराजा भवति न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विच्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि ओम हां होम शिवाय नमः श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिवाय नमः कर्पूरनीराजनं संदर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि. The next offering is Pushpanjali, the offering of the fragrant flowers. Now please take some flowers, durva grass and akshata in your folded hands and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva at the end of the mantra. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashivashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha Pushpanjalim Samarpayami. The next is the offering of the Gayatri Mantra Japa. Please hold the Yajnopavita and chant the Gayatri Mantra 11 times internally. The next is the Mula Mantra Japa. Please close your eyes and chant the Shiva Mula Mantra 11 times internally. The next is the Kshama Prarthana. Now please take some flowers, durva grass and akshata into your right hand. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha Om Haim Kavachaya Hum Om Ham Shivaya Vaushate. Now please keep your hands in the Udbhava Mudra and pour some Samanya Arghya into your hand, and at the end of the mantra let the water flow down through your index finger to the left side of Bhagavan Paramashiva. Om Yatkinchit Karma Devesha Sada Sukritadushkritam Tanme Shivadastasya Bhungshukshapaya Shankara Shivo Data Shivo Bhokta Shiva Sarvamidam Jagate Shivo Yadati Sarvatra Yashiva Sohamevatu. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. The next is the Vachamanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the mouth. Now keeping your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra, pour an udrini of water into your right palm and sip the water from the base of your palm 3 times. Om Adatpum Shodhayami Svadha, Om Vidyadatpum Shodhayami Svadha, Om Shivadatpum Shodhayami Svadha. With the base of your right hand thumb, wipe your lips twice from the right to the left. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hands With the tips of your right hand index, middle fingers above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hands. With the tips of your right hand index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril and the left nostril. With the tips of your finger and thumb joined together, touch your right ear and left ear. Wash your hands. With the tips of your little finger and thumb joined together, touch your navel center, right chest and left chest. With all 5 fingers joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder, and the heart center. Wash your hands with an uthrani of water. Let us now offer our gratitude at the lotus feet of our beloved Swamiji and end the puja with a Purna mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tatsat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam. Let's all bow down to Swamiji.
In the heart of St. Kitts and Nevis, where the ocean meets the sky, a historic gathering is unfolding. The United Ancient Nations, a global forum where the world's first and ancient nations unite to share wisdom, confront challenges, and co-create solutions rooted in ancestral knowledge. The United Ancient Indigenous Enlightened Nations represents over 160 indigenous member nations and communities, advocating for more than 300 million people across all continents. Here, ancient wisdom meets modern action, fostering international cooperation, cultural preservation, and sustainable development through indigenous leadership. Beyond dialogue, the UAN experience nurtures the mind, body, and spirit. Sunrise meditation, yoga by the ocean, and cultural celebrations reconnect us to ourselves, each other, and the wisdom of the earth. In St. Kitts and Nevis, ancient traditions and vibrant cultures come alive. This is a space for learning, sharing, and taking action. Together, we address climate challenges, preserve cultures, and shape a sustainable future. The United Ancient Nations is where ancestral knowledge guides the world toward harmony, justice, and collective growth. Join the United Ancient Nations in St. Kitts and Nevis, where ancient wisdom meets a sustainable future. Together, we rise. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kailasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would